Hey everybody, welcome to this week's quick video of New Week, New Organized You. My name is Brenda Tringali. I'm a professional organizer and owner of At Your Fingertips Organizing. So this month, as you know, I've been summarizing a book by productivity guru David Allen. It's called Getting Things Done. It's commonly referred to as GTD. It's a 5-step process. And so far, I've covered steps 1 through 4. I want to briefly summarize those for you before we move on. So step 1 was to collect or capture all your to-dos, no matter where they are. If they're in your head, if they're on a sticky note somewhere in the house or office, if they're in your car, in a voicemail, an email, wherever they are. And you want to consolidate them onto one list. And your choice, whether that's a paper list or an electronic app. Step 2 was to process or clarify your to-dos according to David's guidelines. I'm not going into detail on that now. Step 3 was to organize them, which means grouping them together in a system that makes sense for you so that you can review them and complete them as you want or need to, or as you have time, whatever. Step 4, which I covered last week, was to reflect, and that means that every week you should review your system and make adjustments as needed. And this week, step 5, this is the final step. It's called engage. And this is when you use your trusted system to make action decisions with confidence and clarity, because you've spent all this time really thinking about what your next actions are for all of your goals. So now you just jump right in and you engage or you do them. Now, when your GTD system is simple, clear, and complete, engagement or taking action is where you'll spend most of your time and energy. In my opinion, the hardest part really was collecting all your to-dos, clarifying them, and organizing them. And now that that's over, all that's left is doing so that you can make progress on your goals. Now, how do you decide what you should do next? That's a great question. So first, you rule out things that you can't or shouldn't do based on David's recommendations. And I don't have time to elaborate, but one of them is context. So maybe you can't do them because of where you're located or because you don't have the tools you need available. Maybe you can't do them because you don't have enough time available. Some things will be quick, maybe 5 minutes, some will be an hour or 2 hours. It depends on what you've assigned to them. Maybe you rule things out because of your level of energy. Maybe you need to have a lot of energy to really dive into this particular next action, and you're not at the right energy level. So anyway, based on what feels most important, work on your remaining next actions. Honestly, I equate this process to yoga. As they say, yoga is a practice. You have to do it over and over again in order to improve. And in my opinion, the same is true with GTD. It takes practice, but the more often you use it and tweak it, the better you'll get, I promise. Now, as I've told you before, if you want to learn more about GTD, either pick up David's book. This is an older version, so I recommend you get a newer one. Or you can check out his YouTube channel, which is called GTD, or you go to his website where you'll find a lot of resources, blogs and everything. And also setup guides on how to set up a GTD system, either for paper-based system, if that's what you prefer, or one of the apps that's out there today. As I believe I told you previously, I use an app called OmniFocus. And honestly, I thought I was doing a decent job managing my to-dos until I ordered and started using David's setup guide for OmniFocus. And honestly, it gave me a whole new way to manage my to-dos, and it even taught me shortcuts I didn't even know existed. And the best part, it was only $10. And if you know me, you know I love a bargain. So anyway, so if you struggle with getting things done, I highly recommend David's Getting Things Done methodology, because if it's done correctly, here are some benefits that you should experience. You should be less stressed because you don't have to remember your to-dos, or you don't have to find your to-do list. Your to-dos should be consolidated in one location. Important deadlines should not slip by. This process really promotes pre-planning and focus. You should have a lot of actionable items at your fingertips, which you know I love. You'll also have an overview of everything that you've committed to in the future. You'll be more productive, more effective. You should be more organized and less cluttered. You should have more time. And last but not least, you should have more time and energy to flex your creativity muscle. Because when your mind is free from all the worries that bad organization causes, you can use it to think about other things that you want to do, not things that you have to do. So anyway, that is it for this week. Next month will be devoted to a whole new theme, but I am not going to tell you what that is. I guess you will just have to tune in to find out. Please remember, my goal is to educate you every week on how to get more organized and productive at work, home, and in life, so that you save time, you save money, and so the things you need are at your fingertips. If you know of others who could benefit from my weekly videos, please share this, and please know that I am so grateful to you for all of your support and for watching, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.